push button, remote control, synthetic genetics, command your soul. Automatic push button, remote control, synthetic genetics, command your soul.
Driving me nuts, bolt screws. I got the blues for paying dues, for program news of honey-coated lies that your eyes can't believe. That weave the devil's magic with the latest gadget from the mean machine running the same game with another name. Down in your brain, blowing your mind, stealing your time, smooth and slick with the latest trick to get rich quick from nonsense at your mind's expense. As your mind digs the scene from the mean machine designed to drive your brain insane. Loudspeakers blasting inside your head, saying what someone else said for you to do what they want you to know. Go fast, slow, getting you high off the latest lie, telling you when, where, how, why. As your mind digs the scene from the mean machine running the same game with another name.
Playing on your vanity as they distort your sense of self, telling you what you need, how to succeed as they steal all your wealth. Open your mind, trying to find how to scheme on you the best from program schools with devilish rules, putting you hot to the test. They're killing devices sold at high prices, designed with you in mind to buy as they kill you slow. Some of y'all don't know you're paying a machine to die. Mechanized lives dressed up in disguise in forms of various kinds. Treachery and deceit, the people must defeat in a battle for free man's mind. For complete domination is the goal of the nation of all free thinking thought. And those who oppose will be killed by their foes. The funkies whose souls have been bought, transplants to revive the living dead. Replace the truth with lies instead. Newspapers, radios, TV, spreading lies from the 7 seas. Robot men with computers for brains, spaceship cars, trains and planes, calculated to blow your mind, moving faster than your sense of time. Living soft while the people work hard, for the devil will have you believe he's God. Chemical drugs that'll keep you high, while the mean machine creates another lie for power, glory, and worldwide fame, while running that same game with another name.
Automatic, automatic, automatic. Automatic push button, remote control, synthetic genetics.
It's a computer equation for worldwide invasion that comes in the name of peace and goodwill, but they're lying and they keep on trying to set the people up for the kill. Population control for the people with soul all over the planet Earth, manipulating their will with a tiny white bill to control their natural birth. Behind the scenes, schemes furthering the mean machine's dreams of conquest and world domination. From the furthest depths in the universe to the smallest earthly nation.
We are solar, laser, beam, jet, tank, submarine, negatron, X-bomb, napalm, gas.
All products of the mean machine, the devil disguised as a human being. And he will even preach that God is dead. And some of y'all will believe what this devil has said. He will then act as the world's police, and some will rise up in the west and sit down in the east.
And when it came time for the end, and when it came time for the end, the men will look like the women, and the women like the men.
And some will dance in a hypnotic trance, like as if they have no care. But these will be signs of the changing times, that the end is drawing near. For it was prophesied many centuries past that the end will come in a fiery holocaust, and only the righteous people will survive the blast. And the devil's machine will bring about his own end, and peace, love, and joy will reign once again.
And man will understand, man. And man will understand, man. And man will
Understand and live in harmony and peace, and the sun will once again rise up in the east.
3, 2, 1. 1984. World War III. Life is a game of business, and in the end we fight. To new, young, and old, our heart and soul, then everybody thinks they're right. game of business, a game we shouldn't play. Because men with guns killed all our sons and blew us all away, and they called it paranoia. It's almost over, cause nobody hears what the people say. Paranoia is almost over. Ha, 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 ha. Realistically, the bombs are ready. Technically, nuclear by name. Capability, a total destructive, radioactive, death in flame. There was talk of a fiery doom, prophesied since the dawn of time in the world of bloodshed, mass confusion, killer diseases, pollution and crime. Man is in conflict with nature, and that is why there's so much sin. But Mother Nature's delicate balance will fix it so nobody wins in world. Catastrophic, Reaganomic, and nobody hears what the people say. It's atomic, catastrophic. Ha, 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 ha. 1,000 miles away from home, a mortally wounded soldier dies, and on the bloodstained battlefield, his life flashes before his eyes. Before he died, the man saw Jesus, and Jesus Christ took his hand, and all the soldiers dying breath. The good Lord took him to the promised land, 'cause there's no people living, people dying, everybody disappeared. After world, people living, people crying. Ha, 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 ha. The breakdown. So let the music play on. 1984, see the world at war. Your darkest fears of reality are knocking down your door. Drones and mutations, clones and deviations, and there is no one that can escape the nuclear revelation. Because war is a game of business, and in the end we fight. The new, young, and old are bought and sold, and everybody thinks they're right. World paranoia is almost over. Ha, 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 ha. The silver moon, the midnight stars, Jupiter collides with Mars, and out of the darkness spirits roar to cast revenge on the earth once more. The leaders of the world are hypnotized by wizards, dark and in disguise, brought to earth by an evil hand to devour souls in a brand new land. They make the leaders think the war brings peace, and out comes the one with the mark of the beast. There's evil behind closed doors in the year of 1984. Life is a game of business, and in the end we fight. The new, young, and old are bought and sold, and everybody thinks they're right. War is a game of business, a game we shouldn't play, because men with guns killed all our sons and blew us all away. World catastrophic, Reaganomic. Ha, 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 ha. Long ago, and all too soon, two different wars fought on the moon. One put craters on it first, then we blew it further in the universe. Both of these were nuclear wars, breaking universal law. Then fallen stars and meteorites dropped to earth by day and night. Twisters, earthquakes, hurricanes, volcanoes, droughts, and torrential rain. Then one day the UFOs came to see the whole world explode. We will pay our ultimate price, and a lesson is to be learned. When we play with nuclear fire, everybody's gonna get burned. Cause war is a game of business, a game we shouldn't play, because men with guns killed all our sons and blew us all away. So let the music play on. Between the boundaries of time and space was the planet Earth and the human race. A world alive and centuries old, with veins of diamond, silver, and gold. Snow-capped mountains overlook the land, and the deep blue sea made love with the sand. Full-grown strands of evergreen hair kissed the sky with the breath of air. Where exotic fish once swam in the sea, and the eagle soared in the sky so free. But the foolish clan that walked the land was the creature that they call man. They're cannibalistic, paranoid fools, tricking each other with games and brews, training their men to kill and fight, moving and steering their mechanized might. The only thought that men had in mind was to conquer the world and the rest of mankind. And with the thought that they were right, they gave you permission to take a man's life. The ones you killed fought just as hard, and you even had the nerve to pray to God. But God don't wanna hear all your mess when you ain't the one that he laid to rest. The devil's children with no disgrace crushed and killed the human race. And while they got rich off the gains of war, what in the hell were you fighting for? A silly ass medal, a stupid parade for all those innocent people you slayed. And after that you couldn't even get a job, cause fighting that war made you a slob. Sergeant and a major, a corporal lieutenant, titles and positions were all invented. You and me and all this mess are just a bunch of little pieces in the game of chess. It's all the same. The Third World War, a bloodthirsty massacre just like before. It's genocide, 3 billion tears feeding on the war every 20 years. Then one day we heard the sound of the whole damn world tumbling down. Just one big boom, and what do you know? The world is a ghetto, high and low, crumbling buildings all around. Man's creation burned to the ground. Chaos, panic, fear, pain, days of radioactive rain. Grotesque figures burned alive, miraculously seem to survive. Everything of reality is a science fiction on TV. Mutant dogs and saber-tooth rats eat men with guns and baseball bats. The dead won't die, the rooted won't cry, and everybody's asking the question why. Until scores of millions walk from the city, and thousands more went underground below with their heads held down in their own pity, wondering where they do not know. Cause in this game we had a chance but we blew it for cheap thrills and romance. Maybe one day we'll get another play, but until then remember what I say, because life is a game of business, and in the end we fight. The new, young and old are bought and sold, and everybody thinks they're right, right? War is a game of business, a game we shouldn't play, because men with guns killed all our sons and blew us all away.
I have a dream that my 4 little children will one day live in a nation where they will not be judged by the color of their skin, but by the content of their character.
So let freedom ring from the prodigious hilltops of New Hampshire. Let freedom ring from the mighty mountains of New York.
Let freedom ring from the hiking Alleghenies of Pennsylvania. Let freedom ring from the snow-capped Rockies of Colorado.
Let freedom ring from the curved beaches slopes of California.
But not only that, let freedom ring from Stone Mountain of Georgia. Let freedom ring from Lookout Mountain of Tennessee.
a chiller and show enough for killer. Hey, what's happening to all the men? Queer queen of the crop, don't you know it's a sin? You got great big feet and big old hands, acting like a girl when you should be a man. Saw you at a bar, sipping a drink with your butt poked out, all dressed in pink. The brother fixed his tie, walked over by your side, took a look at your face and wanted to run out and hide. It's a super horror show, don't you know? It's a chiller thriller and show enough for killer. It's a super horror show, don't you know? It's a chiller thriller and show enough for killer. It's a super horror show, don't you know? It's a chiller thriller and show enough for killer. It's a super horror show, don't you know? It's a chiller thriller and show enough for killer. Nobody seems to know what it's all about. Real people in a minute are gonna be rare just because somebody forgot how to care. Brothers in the war don't know what for. Sisters on the street trying to make a score. Sons mugging, mothers, sisters, brothers, people living lives created by others. Everybody's got a mask on their face with green, greedy eyes and bloody taste. Long yellow fangs hanging down past your lips and slapping high five like everything's hip. At a party, no less with all the rest. Smoking that dust don't make you the best. It distorts your head, makes you act kinda strange, eats away your mind and drives you insane. It's a super horror show, don't you know? It's a chiller thriller and show enough for killer. It's a super horror show, don't you know? It's a chiller thriller and show enough for killer. It's a super horror show, don't you know? It's a chiller thriller and show enough for killer. It's a super horror show, don't you know? It's a chiller thriller and show enough for killer.
After every generation, the American nation. Cause it was starvation, the exploitation, the quick sensation. Can only lead your mind to destructive creation. Creation with the mind, destruction with the night. Can only lead this planet to its present way of life. As you analyze the word, complete the situation. You find yourself alive with some useful information. Information granted, but your brain goes blinking like the lights in computers. The brain now thinks from the mighty omnipresent to the underfed peasant. The brain appears the problems of the past and present. Got celebrity 3. This is the unknown. Information given since you like to bone. As you plug into the senses, the knowledge of the brain, the wires of the brain represented by the vein, the RNA, the DNA down to the letter, the heart, liver, stomach, kidney, lungs, etc. As you put them all together systematically, you got the body composition for you and me. So party people analyze the way I walk. This is systematic action to the way I talk. This can go for any person with a larynx. You see, I won't explain the size, but it's too complex. So what happens next is I elaborate on the name and the group that we create. Because we got to advance, we got to advance. Cause nothing in our lives ever happened by chance. We got to advance, we got to advance. See, we have got to advance.
A-T-Z-A-N-C-E. The situation brings you to reality. What's going on? The function of the world, cause negative knowledge can't last too long. It's the knowledge of the fakers, crooked perpetrators, living second lives as empty duplicators. They seem to be chilling, but it's all a dream. Illusions of the mind to the way things seem. You can bust these instructions with no interruption. The base house function is only destruction. You make your deduction of my reproduction. No sexy seduction to this introduction. With all these injustices, you only suspect that knowledge and experience create the intellect. Drugs of the future, present and past. Pills, alcohol, cocaine, and grass. Situate your thoughts, just the same to deal. It simply changes up on the way you feel. It was very long ago, for no one else. Before certain race to destroy themselves. Now what I'm telling you, I know for a fact. Cause I'm living in a world that expresses that.
Because we got to advance, we got to advance. Cause nothing in our lives ever happened by chance. We
annihilation, but army disintegration, an absolute wipe out from the face of every nation. If you comprehend, you're allowed to ask the question, what could be the meaning of degeneration? Lesson 1, lesson 2, lesson 3, lesson 4. A newly presentated rap for nuclear war. We have elevated far beyond the rap is alike. So party, keep your closer eyes and use the mind for the sight. We must understand the basic complications of life before the atom is split and the world is destroyed. If you jam into the sound, this is what I employ. To live in understanding and the knowledge of joy. This is the rhyme for the time elevated from the mind. If you comprehend, well, it's a definite sign that the positive and negative electrical force of the whole world today is on an advanced course. C&O with the S-H-U-O-P-O-4 can't all be destroyed by a nuclear war. So to the black, white, Indian, and Oriental, Muslims, Christians, Rastas, Jews, Gentile, we got to advance. We have got to advance. When the situation changes, we don't stand a chance. Cause every generation after every generation, we got to find ourselves in some worldwide celebration. Not on registration or a cotton plantation, but different presentation, just like more communication. The kids in graduation, with lesser approbation, will tell the other kids of this higher education. This higher education, which is really observation, or more self-realization, which will lead to relaxation, not evacuation, or bit of bomb mutation, or packing helpless families in some army transportation. This army transportation has sent abbreviation USA, which means you start annihilation. I seem to read the phrase while I'm in this transportation, that those that think of war need to practice masturbation. I mean what I say, cause I say what I mean. So listen to my voice, yes we have a choice.
You see, we got to advance, we got to advance. There's nothing in our lives ever happens by chance. We got to advance, we got to advance. We have got to advance.
My fellow Americans, I'm pleased to tell you today that I've signed legislation that will outlaw Russia forever. We begin bombing in 5 minutes. 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 I'm pleased to tell you today that I'm pleased to tell you outlaw Russia forever. Outlaw Russia forever. 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 We begin bombing in 5 minutes. We begin bombing in 5 minutes. We begin bombing in 5 minutes. We begin bombing in 5 minutes.
Nancy, give it to them, give it to them, give it to them, give it to them. See the light. Feel the heat. See the light. Feel the heat. Take the ball, take the ball, take the ball and run with it. Take the ball, take the ball, take the ball and run with it. I think the ball is still in their court. Didn't have to be this way. Didn't have to be this way. Be this way. We still have a long way to Kango. We still have a lot further to Kango. See the light. We have control. Feel the heat. They will be terminated. See the light. Believe me. Believe me. Feel the heat.
Justify the means, you understand. You take the butter from the table by a gun. You think the status quo will be there when you're done. You buy the missile, buy the laser, buy the tank. Evict the widow, put the money in the bank. You do it all in the name of economics. Economics, economics, economics. Well, it's just industrialized, hidden behind your eyes. is just industrialized, hidden behind your eyes. Maximize, profitize, exploitation. Take what you want, leave the rest behind. Take what you want, leave the rest behind.
You better wake up to what's going down. Your eyes are closed, but your ears hear the sound. Death cries in the wind. The thought makes you cringe. He's dead and gone. You lost another friend who was young in age but old in sin. Gang banging, hanging, he was slanging the juice. The skunk was barking, his death was the proof. Another life ended all too soon with a tag on the toe in the coroner's room. Bad times, these are for real. Bad times is what you and I feel. And by English where you work, protect the company laws. The boss must minimize the staggering cost. You get a day off, a layoff, and a letter to stay off, and now you don't work no more. That position at the plant you really did need. Head of the house, 5 kids to feed. You tried everything, but it's just not fair to have an able-bodied man apply for welfare. A city cries out, it's mass hysteria. 1 wounded, 4 dead in a California area. Innocent victims found home slain. Relatives and neighbors experience the pain. They hold back tears, just got to take a stand. Order padlocks and guns in a heavy demand. The fears won't rest until they're all behind bars. For the rest of his life, the boy will carry the scar. Best friend, mother, father, and a very young daughter. Memories in his mind, loved ones have been slaughtered. Is there any way to compensate a person's life so great a fate? Heaven knows it can't go on. Too many things are going wrong. Who would save it from myself? This world is turning hell. Bad times, these are for real. Bad times is what you and I feel. Help me, all those eyes, they're all out to get me. Wars and murders, when will it cease? I'm being robbed, someone call the police. Bad times, these are for real. Bad times is what you and I feel. Weather plays havoc on the eastern states. Floods, hurricanes, and you can't escape. Tornadoes drop trees, hurling home and debris, leaving little behind for death and injury. Gonorrhea, syphilis, spread like the plague. Doctors afraid to treat the victim of age. The world is threatened by nuclear war. Americans die in El Salvador. The people's born for solidarity in a speech to see the people some parity. Begging me to break my can't be able to accord. And ASA Reagan will run in 84. Bad education is just a revelation, but still each year kids draft for graduation. The third world sends out a hunger plea. Teenagers running loose, sexual child abuse. The Bible tells us it's just a prophecy. Bad times, these are for real. Bad times is what you and I feel. I can't stand it, I can't stand it. You can't stand it, it's just the way it hurts. I can't stand it, I can't stand it. You can't stand it, I can't stand it. I'm working bad times. I can't stand it, I can't stand it. You can't stand it, it's the way it hurts.
As our machines decide our welfare. Who will suffer, who will survive? It's up to the computers. Push the button.
Russia, cause we don't live there. But the people in the US are filled with fear. Nuclear war is the latest talk. The bomb could explode where you walk. But this is the land of the strong and the free, the land of love and liberty. We better stop playing and start to pray, cause we're not promised another day. Nuclear holocaust. It's a crying shame. Nuclear holocaust. Who the hell made up this game? It's in the book of Revelation. The world will discover mass devastation. Men sent to war and they don't know why. Some escape to live while others die. One man has the power to kill us all, to destroy world nation with just one call. If we learn to live and respect mankind, there's no telling in this world what we might find. It's a crying shame. Nuclear holocaust. Who the hell made up this game? Nuclear holocaust. It's a crying shame. Nuclear holocaust. Who the hell made up this game? We must realize, on the other hand, it's up to we, the people, to take command. Stop fighting, start uniting. We must exist in a poverty-stricken world like this. Let us put our heads together, think one big thought. Let us use our mind and what we're taught. Let the common people have the upper hand. It's the only way to save this land. Nuclear holocaust. It's a crying shame. Nuclear holocaust. Who the hell made up this game? Nuclear holocaust. It's a crying shame. Nuclear holocaust. Who the hell made up this game?
to human tears. The crying of dove just keeps a ringing in your ears. Screams of desertion, they forever set the tone. A slap to the face, that's how his love is shown. You're standing on a window ledge, jumping to free your head. Pressure's too much to bear reality. The devil's prayer break free from whatever shadow eclipses in your mind. There's nothing live about suicide and doves that cry behind.
How could you just leave me standing alone in a world that's so cold? Maybe I'm just too demanding. Maybe I'm just like my father, too bold. Maybe you're just like my mother. She's never satisfied. Why do we scream at each other? This is what it sounds like when doves cry.
The flashback syndrome sends you deep into the past. A double personality evident from drugs you've had. The chain of cocaine drags you down and leaves you lame. Your body doubles up from all excruciating pain. It's the white horse to weight loss you gotta have at any cost. Energy, crystal possessing Jones. Now just a pinch, a tiny snort of that pure white powder spells voices of doves that cry louder and louder and louder.
How could you just leave me standing alone in a world that's so cold? Maybe I'm just too demanding. Maybe I'm just like my father, too bold. Maybe you're just like my mother. She's never satisfied. Why do we scream at each other? This is what it sounds like when doves cry. How could you just leave me standing? Maybe I'm just like my father, too bold. This is what it sounds like when doves cry. 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 When doves cry.
Cherish life, experience all its worth. Don't be afraid to seek that shade that imprisons society's dirt. Our drug-infested culture, purple rain in the sky. Is there any wonder why doves cry?
People moving out, people moving in. Why? Because of the color of their skin. Run, 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 but you sure can't hide. An eye for an eye, a tooth for a tooth. Vote for me and I'll set you free. Rap on, brother, rap on. Well, the only person talking about love, nine brother, is the preacher. And it seems nobody's interested in learning but the teacher. Segregation, determination, demonstration, integration, aggravation, humiliation, obligation to our nation. All the children. That's what the world is today.
The sale of pills are at an all-time high. Young folks walking around with their heads in the sky. Cities aflame in the summertime.
The beat goes on.
Evolution, revolution, gun control the sound of soul. Shooting rockets to the moon, kids growing up too soon. Politicians say more taxes will solve everything.
And the band played on.
Round and around we go. Where the world's headed, nobody knows.
Say ooga booga, can't you hear me talking to you? Just the ball of the future. Oh yeah, that's what the world is today. Yeah.
Fear in the air, tension everywhere. Unemployment rising fast, the Beatles' new records of gas.
And the only safe place to live is on an Indian reservation.
And the band played on.
Eve of destruction, tax deductions.
City inspectors, bill collectors.
Cyclone in demand, population out of hand.
Suicide, too many bills. Hippies moving to the hill. People all over the world are shouting in the war.
And the band played on.
Say ooga booga, can't you hear me talking to you? Just the ball of the future.
That's what the world is today.
Let me hear you, let me hear you, let me hear you.
Say ball of the future.